The Larapinta Trail is an epic 230km journey through Territory or West MacDonnell Ranges National Park and is one of the most iconic walks Australia has to offer.
One down, 260-ish to go.
Follow the fro on my journey as I venture from Alice Springs all the way to Mount Sonder. After some easy walking through lovely undulating terrain out from Alice Springs, the highlight of the first day is reached, Euro Ridge. Euro Ridge offers amazing views all the way back to Alice and a first real glimpse of what's to come in the days ahead. Seeing some wedge-tailed eagles soar overhead was a great added bonus and a welcome to the desert. Cruising down from Euro Ridge, the trail heads into Wallaby Gap, where I camped for my night one.
Day one done, feeling great. The shoes and pack are awesome, and I still can't get over the fact that I'm back out here again. It's amazing. Gonna head back up Euro Ridge for sunset.
After catching a stunning sunrise onto Mount Gillen, I headed off to start day 2. Today was when I really started to realise just how lucky I was this year with the bird life, with dozens of flocks of finches and budgies flying overhead all day, just about every day, thanks to the heavier than usual rains earlier in the year. After checking out both
Scorpion Pole
and Fairy Springs, day 2 was almost over.
Just got to cruise on down to that hill behind me and then down the hill to Simpsons Gap. So many finches!
With a second short day to finish out section 1, I gave myself plenty of time to check out the stunning Simpsons Gap in the afternoon and to admire its beautiful red walls that are so unique to Australia. I came back at dusk as well to try and spot some yellow-footed rock wallabies hiding in the cliffs, but just managed to glimpse a few. Maybe you'll have more luck when you find yourselves there on your journey.
Built our home out on the slopes, on paper beneath she lay above, and how she haunted.
The first stop on day 3 was to visit the peaceful Bond Gap, just a couple of kilometres west from Simpsons Gap. This was followed by a semicircle around Orangi Bluff.
The Arenti people say that Orangi Bluff behind me was formed when a Euro, which is like halfway between a kangaroo and a wallaby, went from Fish Hole, which I'll be at tomorrow morning, to Simpsons Gap, where I was last night, and formed that along the way somehow, which is pretty impressive.
I miss her just as much as you. So my father and my son, as you and she's forgotten.
After stopping at Mulga Camp for lunch, I passed through Spring Gap on my way down to Jay Creek. Here at Jay Creek, I was treated to my first stunning desert sunset and starry night sky, making the -4 degrees temperatures overnight very well worth it.
I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand. Flowers sleeping in her hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand.
Taking the Section 3 high route after Fish Hole and above Miller's Flat turned out to be an awesome decision and one I would happily recommend to all viewers.
You guys want to see something cool?
Don't cry, hold your head up high, she would.
It provided me with awe-inspiring views out to Brinkley Bluff and the rest of the Chewings Range, which were to be walked through over the next few days.
Head up high, she would. Want you to, she
After a very steep downhill, possibly the steepest along the whole Larapinta from the high route to Miller's Flat, the rest of section 3 continued to be just as beautiful, going through a picturesque, shaded and sometimes a little bit scrambly valley. After a steep up and down at the end of the day, I arrived at one of the highlight sections of the whole trail.
This is Stanley Chasm.
With a well-positioned restaurant at Stanley Chasm, I refueled on an ice cream in preparation for section 4, and I'll see you there in part 2.